Okay, so
Yeah.
we're going deep on this city called New Eden.
Okay.
And it's pretty fascinating stuff. I mean,
Mm.
buildings covered in gardens, self-sufficient, like totally.
Wow.
Yeah. And all the stuff about how humans and AI live together, it's like
Right.
wild.
It is pretty wild.
It is. I have to admit, I was a little skeptical at first. Like, is this even possible? But the more I read about this place, the more I'm thinking, like, this could be, like, a glimpse into the future.
I think so.
What do you think?
Yeah, it definitely pushes the boundaries of what we consider possible. Like way out there.
Yeah.
But you know what? Let's start with their governance system.
Okay.
Which uses this like decentralized blockchain-like approach.
Blockchain. I feel like that's a word that gets thrown around a lot.
It is. It is.
What does that even mean?
So I know blockchain can sound kind of intimidating, but just think of it like a super secure digital record keeper. Okay, so in New Eden, every single decision gets recorded on the system. And everyone, whether you're human or AI, has a voice.
It's not just about recording decisions. It's about making them too.
Exactly.
And you mentioned this thing called a consensus mechanism. How does that even work with humans, AI?
So it's like this blend of direct democracy and supercharged algorithms working together.
So give me an example.
Sure. Imagine like a citywide vote on something like a new park. Humans, obviously, they voice their preferences, but at the same time, the AI is analyzing tons of data, environmental impact, resource allocation, even social dynamics to make sure we get the best outcome for everyone.
So it's not just what people want.
No, it's what's best for the whole community. The whole community, yeah.
That's pretty cool. But I'm also thinking, like, how do they make sure that the AI isn't the one making all the calls?
Yeah.
Or that humans or AI don't end up with more power
That's a good question.
than anyone else?
It is a really good question, and that's where the transparency of the blockchain really comes in. Every decision, every single piece of data the AI uses, it's all out in the open. Anyone can see it.
Interesting.
Plus, they have these safeguards built in to prevent any one entity from having too much control.
It's like a digital system of
checks and balances.
Exactly like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have the city that makes decisions collectively, transparently. And now let's talk about their economy.
Okay.
You mentioned this thing called a resource-based economy, which is like a whole new concept for me. I can barely balance my own checkbook. So I'm like, an economy without money is blowing my mind.
It's a big shift.
Yeah.
From what we're used to. I mean, think about it. Instead of focusing on individual profit, New Eden operates on this principle. Shared resources, meeting everyone's needs.
Okay, but
it's about shared
value. How does that actually work?
So it's like this highly sophisticated system of resource management where everyone contributes what they can and takes what they need. Okay, so let's say I lived in New Eden.
Okay.
My shoes wear out.
All right.
Do I just like go to a shoe store and take a new pair?
Well, not exactly a store as we know it. Think more like a distribution center. You would submit a request outlining your need. And the system would assess that based on availability, durability, even your usage patterns.
Okay.
The goal is to eliminate waste and make sure everyone has what they need, but within the limits of...
Sustainability.
Yeah. It's not just, like, take whatever you want. There's a thought behind it.
Right. There's a whole system of checks and balances. Yeah.
Checks and balances. Okay, that makes me think about, like, the social side of things. Like, how does a city like this build community when everything's so... systematized?
Well, from what I've read, they've really prioritized social well-being.
Okay.
They invest heavily in things like education, healthcare, and social services, all accessible to everyone.
Yeah.
The idea is to create a strong social safety net so people can focus on personal growth. Contributing to the community.
So everyone's just like studying and going to the doctor all day. Well, no, I mean, what about art, culture, fun?
What about having fun?
Exactly. Actually, the sources mention this vibrant arts and culture scene.
Really?
Yeah, and they even use AI.
AI for art.
To personalize learning experiences and connect people with shared interests.
So like the AI could recommend.
Exactly.
Like a local pottery class.
Exactly. It's like having a personal concierge for exploring your passions.
That's pretty cool. It sounds like AI plays just like this huge role in every part of life in New Eden.
Oh, it does. It does.
But who's making sure that the AI is actually doing what it's
Gets the question. Supposed to.
Right. So the sources mentioned, they have this team of experts overseeing the AI systems, making sure they're working as intended, and constantly refining them.
So it's not just about building
not just
super smart
building it and leaving it. It's about making sure it's responsible, beneficial AI.
What kind of tools are they using? I'm picturing like giant control rooms with flashing lights.
Oh, no. Think less sci-fi.
And more advanced data analytics. They use things like machine learning to constantly analyze and improve the AI's performance, natural language processing, to help the AI communicate effectively with humans. And a whole suite of tools that we're really just starting to explore in our own world.
So it's like they're taking all the AI that we use every day in our phones and stuff and using it to run a whole city.
Amplifying it.
That's mind-blowing, but also like kind of scary.
Yeah.
What if something goes wrong?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? I mean, New Eden's definitely pushing the boundaries, and that always comes with risks, but they seem to be approaching this whole thing with a lot of care and forethought. So it's really a fascinating case study in how we might integrate advanced tech into our lives responsibly and beneficially.
It really is fascinating. It makes you think about like all the possibilities.
It does.
It also.
The challenges.
So we've got this city running on human ingenuity and AI. They're making decisions collectively. They're sharing resources, and they're fostering a sense of community.
Yeah.
Almost too good to be true.
It is a pretty amazing model.
Do you think it can work on a larger scale?
That's the big question. Can we learn from New Eden and apply some of these principles to our own cities? I mean, it's an experiment worth watching for sure. And it raises some really profound questions about the future of urban living.
For anyone listening out there, I encourage you to keep exploring this concept of New Eden. The idea might seem like science fiction, but maybe, just maybe, it's a glimpse into a future where technology helps us create a more sustainable and equitable world.
It could be.